Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and we're going to work on a ball ornament today. This is an ornament that I've had for quite some time. I got it in Happy Mail, and you can see it has a floral print stamped into it. And so I painted it white. It was a sage green color, which was actually quite pretty. But I painted it white because I wanted to be able to easily decorate it, and I wanted to use colors that didn't have sage green in them. So I went ahead and painted it. It would have been pretty the way it was as well, but that wasn't what I wanted. So, and I wanted to do an ornament, so that's what we're going to do today. What I did was I didn't know what to do about the top and bottom, because I want to have a dangle from the bottom, and I wanted to put my hanger on the top, of course, and I want it to look like a ball ornament. So what I did was, you'll see this has been spray painted gold, and I used just a lid off of an ordinary water bottle is what I did. And I took it off, punctured a hole in the middle, and sprayed it gold. And this is for the bottom side. They're not perfect, but there's nothing about them that anybody's going to see, so they're fine. They're perfect in my eyes. Perfectly imperfect, right? And I wanted to show you guys too, real quick. I've been working on my dominoes, and I've got a whole bunch of them getting ready to finish, and they are looking so pretty, you guys. I had to show them to you. All I have to do is add the dangles and the hangers. So Still I Rise, You Are Loved. I love this one. Actually I Can, I Am Enough. And look at this one, has the little bird in the corner. Isn't that gorgeous? I love, love, love these nail decals, and I haven't been able to find any exactly like them. I got them in Happy Mail, so I'm pretty sure they came from Temu, but unfortunately I'm not sure of that. So I did recently place a small Temu order. We're going to see how that goes. And if it goes well, then I will maybe order some more stuff from them. I'm just afraid that things are going to go south. But look at, I did order some dangle earring pieces and parts and pieces. And so I have a bunch of these now to add to my dominoes. So we have Love Yourself, Believe, and I Am Enough. And another bird there. Aren't they gorgeous, you guys? Oh, I can't wait to get these finished. I took them into work to show the girls, and they went over really, really big. But I didn't have them finished, so... And then these are two of the ones that I put images on. And then I have another one right here. I have to finish this one up for my friend Melba. She wants her to be finished off and sent. In fact, I was supposed to send it to her before, and I totally forgot. I told her I would send it with her package. And then I have this one that's absolutely gorgeous. And these are the ones I painted black and gold. Really pretty, but she's just gorgeous. And then I have some other ones, dominoes, that I've got, you know, white ones going on those too. But this is the same image, one on white and one on the dark. So this looks more vintagey, and this one, I mean, it looks vintagey, but it's just, it shows up a little more on the white. But I like the gold and black ones, and the reason I like them, I mean, I like them both, obviously, but the reason I like the gold and black ones is because of their vintage look. I do love vintage things, so I love them for that reason. So those I'm going to put aside. I'm making some of these tins, and right now I'm just using them for some of my stuff. I've got my my nail stickers in here. So I brought that here with me because we're going to use some of those. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I wonder if this would look good on this. I might use some of this on this one too. I am going to use this fringe for sure. So first things first, this is where I'm going to place my top hanger. But what I want to do first is I want to tie these two ends in a knot, and I want to pull this through because I want to get this glued on to the ornament. And I'm going to use some, you know what I should do? I should resin it on. I bet it would stay on a lot better if I put resin around the edges of it. I think I might do that. So I'm just making a knot down here. You know how we do for our little hangers. And that way it won't come through. And then make sure it's good and tight. And then I'll just cut that end off and do a little burn on the ribbon here. Whoopsies. Goodness. That sure did catch quickly. Yikes. I don't like the smell of the burn. Okay. That's good enough. Whew. Now, I got that on my mat here, and I don't want to end up getting char all over everything, so maybe make sure there's none on my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to glue this on right here. This is the spot that I chose. Now coming out this way on both sides is a little unevenness, which is where I'm assuming they put these two pieces together. So I'm going to take, I decided just now, I'm going to take some resin. I think I'm going to, oops. Oh my goodness, I would have been so mad at myself. Where did I put my, oh my word, where did I put my ribbon? It was right here. Oh, there it is. I knew it was right there. Okay, so we're going to pop this through using the loop end, and I'm just going to get something narrow to punch that through with. Plus this is cut, I used a screwdriver to really get the hole, but it's actually cut in a X so that this won't come through. This is not going to come through. I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to cut. I have to get this knot so that it will sit nicely on the inside of this. And I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right around the edge here. And I'm just going to pull that to the center. Just like that. And that way I know it's just kind of an added security to have that down. And I want it to make sure that it's not going to stick up and make this kind of sit unevenly. So we've got our hangy. And how are we going to do this? I think what I'm going to do is I'll take and I'll add just a tiny couple of dots of glue here. Get this centered right there. And there we go. And then I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to put some resin just around the edges of this. I'll do this side first and then I'll do the other side so it doesn't drip. And I'm just going to pop this over it for a second, let that start to cure, and then I'll do the other side and then I'll put it under the light for just a few minutes. And then we'll start making our fringe for the bottom. Okay, that's enough. It's not going to drip now. And now we'll just get around here. And it's okay. This is not looking perfect around the edge of this, but that's okay because it's going to be covered up. And I'm just going to let that, oops, I don't want that to touch. There, I'm going to let that sit just like that. And then I'll turn it and we'll be all set. Okay, so this, let me put this aside. I want this to set my ornament in so that when I'm working on it, it's a little easier to work with. Okay, she can go over there. All right, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this around the bottom of this. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edges just like this. I'm going to hang something from the center of it. That's why I wanted that piece to kind of come out there. So just so you know, you're going, well, why did you put that thing in if you're just going to cover it with that? I'm not just covering it with that. So I'm going to go ahead and start decorating this. So again, this is at the bottom. It's going to be hanging down from the bottom of the ornament. And I will probably do the same thing. I will probably add resin to this. To stick it to the bottom of the ornament. Because I feel like resin's going to be my best choice because, why? Because it has the most holding power over all of the glues that I use. Okay, and I just need to cut this off right about there. Okay, and I still have some fringe to use. Yay, yay, yay. I need to get some more of that for sure. And you guys, I know you guys have been really wondering, and I'm kind of trying not to talk about it much, but I'm doing okay. I had a bad week last week. I wasn't feeling good, not because of anything going on. I think I know why I wasn't feeling well, but I do have a little bit going on, so but I'm doing all right, you guys. So I thank you guys still for all of the prayers and well wishes. I really do appreciate it, and it looks like I should have some insurance by sometime in November, so I'm excited about that. And as soon as I get that, we will be ready to rock and roll and get this process going. So I will be extremely happy to have this figured out. Figure out what I've got going on. If anything, you guys, it may not be anything at all. And that's what I'm praying for. Nothing at all. maybe a little infection or something like that. But I do know I really should not be waiting. I should not have waited as long as I have. Part of that has been kind of nerves and other stuff going on. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to put some of this on it. Oops, goes this way. Well, I don't need that piece on there. Okay. So if I put this on there, I'm just going to look at it first to see kind of how it hangs. And I think it's going to be very, very pretty on there. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to hang it so that the beads kind of go to the inside a little bit, and I'm going to go off just a bit to the left of the other piece that the other fringe that I already put on there, so that my lumpy spot isn't like a huge lump in the end. So I'm just going to keep going around here, gluing towards the bottom, because this is not sitting as high as the other fringe. And I don't know, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I'm going to be hanging something from the middle or not. Unless I hang something super long, I don't know if anything's going to really show. Okay, this I'm going to cut off right at that point right there. And press that in. Okay, and I still have some more of that too. Yay! Okay, so you can see how that kind of hangs around the outside. I think it's very, very pretty. And then maybe what would be a good idea is I've got this pearly bit here, and this hanging around the outside would kind of finish off the whole deal. And I think it needs something to go around this. So let's do that. And we'll just kind of go across the middle here and start right there. I don't want to take it all the way up to the top edge of this because I don't want those pearls to get in the way of being able to resin this onto the ornament. So there's that. I'm going to turn around my ornament here and let the other side get some UV light. And this I'm going to cut right here, but I think I may have to go back a little further. Okay, I'm going to have to use this because I'm kind of cutting through the plastic a little bit. And I'm going to cut that just a little bit more. Hopefully I can cut through that little pearl and make it not look terrible. And I think I did it. Yes. So we'll put a little dot of glue there. Push that pearl down, and there we go. Doesn't look bad at all. Oops, hold it down, Carol, so that it stays. Okay. So there we go. That looks very, very pretty, right? Okay, awesome. And then the top piece, I want to do something similar, and I'm wondering if maybe I should just go ahead and add this around. Let me get these strings off my hand here. Put this pearl stuff around the edge. I kind of feel like it needs, maybe we'll just use this. I think this is better. Yes, we're going to use this around the top. Okay, so let's just start putting that on. Turn off my UV lamp. And we'll get this going around here. Okay. Oh, my hip is starting to hurt like crazy. I've been standing here. I already did one video. I'm on my second video, and so yeah, it's taking a toll on my hip. And that has been one of my problems, my hip and my legs. Oh, the pain. Wow. It's been so bad. Okay, so we've got that on there, looking good. And then I want to put something around the top, kind of facing up. So what I'm thinking is, let's see, I want to see if I have enough of this. I just have one piece left. But I'm thinking maybe it might be too big, so hold on a minute. That's kind of big. Yeah, that's a bit big. I do have this. I forgot about this. I've been waiting to use this on something special, and here it is. Oh my word, you guys, look at that. But I can't put it on yet. And I'm not going to put that on yet. So what we want to do is we want to get, well, we want to get our lace on here and figure out where I'm going to put the flowers. But the flowers are going to kind of go on top of this for sure. But we are going to have some lace sort of coming out, you know, from here. Maybe it should just be coming out this way. And I should just let this be. So how much of this do we need? I may have to just put this on first. Oh my goodness, it's gonna just fit around it, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I have 4 scallops left. I love this trim, you guys. I think it is one of the most beautiful I've gotten, and I didn't have a huge piece, so I didn't want to waste it. I have used a couple of scallops, but not much. So what are we going to do here? We're going to go with a flower kind of coming towards the front. So that's going to be my front. So this is the back. We're going to start back here, and we're going to actually hot glue this on, and then I am going to put some resin to actually get it to stay where I want it to be. Oh. doesn't want to just sit there. It does not want to do that. So how are we going to do this? It's going to have to sit. How are we going to do this? It needs to go back a little bit like that. So that's what we're going to do. So what we need to do, and it looks like I need something about this size, so we're going to take our beautiful rhinestone chain and we're going to put that around the top. And we'll just put it on so that it's sort of pulled apart. But it needs to face up. Let me see. I want to see how this would lay on there, if it will. Because this is also very pretty. I love the pearls on these ornaments, so I'm kind of feeling like maybe the pearls will be better, and they seem to want to lay down a little bit better and hug the ornament. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it right here, and if I need an extra pearl, I will just add it after the fact. So right now we're just going to pop this on. So where's my front? This is my front side. Okay, this is my back. Okay. So I'm just going to add glue in small sections. And again, we will be using some resin to get all of this on there really well, but I will do the pearls and the scallop piece at the same time with the resin. Okay, so I definitely can see, well, I don't know. I don't think I do need another piece. Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we're good with that. Okay, so now let's see. Whoopsies. This is my front side. Okay. So the thing is we're going to need another scallop now. This one had 4, I think. Yes. So this one will be long enough. There we go. And we will just put it on where it needs to lay. I'm going to cut this here. Save those tiny rhinestones because they are awesome to have. And I'm going to go ahead and put those in a box. Oh, you guys haven't seen my little pill boxes either. Oh, they're coming out so pretty. Okay, I need to see exactly where this needs to lay to come together. So it needs to come together like that. Okay. And where's my back? Right there. Okay, this is not going to be easy, you guys. That one down too far. let's see. So even this one, I think, needs to come up just a bit. I'm not worried about this glue being on here, you guys. Even this little scrape out here, I'm not worried about that because the scallop is going to cover that. Okay, so I'm just going to work it so that I come to right about there. Right there. And now we'll get this one. Just about there. Okay. Gosh, I hope I do this right. So far, I'm good. Okay. One last piece, and look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, we did it. Yay. I was afraid I wasn't going to have it in the right spot. And I feel good about that. What do you think, guys? I think that's perfect. Okay, so now that's the back. That's the front. Right there. I guess the little carved out bit that's in here is not going to show, but that's okay. And then I've got and I don't know that this would be good or not. I don't know. This would make this a total rhinestone piece. No. I want to get some lace on here and get some other stuff on it. So, okay. So this is my front. And I am going to add some lace. We don't, oh, are we going to use this? No, we're not. Okay, let's hope that we can get this space right in here to look nice. That's going to be important to me. So we're going to take and add some lace going over the scallops a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, to kind of fill in those spaces. So, oh, we need to do some resin here, guys. I have to do it. So I'm just going to gently drizzle resin across the top part of these pearls. And it doesn't have to be on every single spot, just enough to cover those pearls. And after I'm done with this, I will be putting this back under the lamp for a little bit, you guys. So that is a for sure. And we're going to do the same thing with these scallops. I'm going to get it in there just so that it all looks like it kind of comes together between the two parts. And this is just easy peasy stuff, guys. This is sort of brainless resin work, not too difficult to do. There we go. It's in there nicely. And I am going to let it sit under my lamp for a few minutes, just because I feel like it should, so that I make sure that there's no dripping going on. Whoops. I don't really have a way to put this under the lamp and get it right, but I'm gonna just go ahead and let this start to dry, and then I'll set it on its side and prop it that way. Okay. Try not to let it roll over. That'll work. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really trying to do this and get it in the right spot. Just stay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's get our decorating done, and let's find our front. I believe that is right here. So that's our front. And we're going to put some lace in here. I think I'm going to go with maybe that right there. You know what? First things first. I'm going to go with my flowers, because you know what? My flowers are going to cover up a great deal of this to begin with. So let me chop these off their wires. Okay. And I just need to decide exactly how much I want to, how far I want to go with the flowers. That is very pretty. That looks really, really pretty. But my question is, do I want to use this big white one, or do I want to keep it with a little bit smaller flowers like that? I think the white one actually looked very, very nice on there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make that my initial flower. So here's my front. About to run out of glue on this. So we've got that one. And the glue strings on my poor glue gun are just going crazy. That's the one thing about Gorilla Hot Glue. It's very stringy. Very, very stringy glue. Okay, so next we're going to go with a pretty purple one. And these are flowers that Debbie sent me in Happy Mail. And guys, she doesn't sell these flowers anymore. So, she does have Bird's Place. And we are all still gathering there as a group. But she's no longer selling. She does, generally when she does a sale, it's grab bags. And sometimes she'll have the flowers in the grab bags. So just kind of an FYI, if you go and join Bird's Place on Facebook, and I can get you the link, you have to ask to join, and then Debbie will add you to the group as soon as she gets everything approved. She's very cautious because in her other group, Kiki's, she did get hacked by someone, and so she's extremely cautious as to doing her checks and balances when it comes to adding people. So just know that it might take a little bit longer than some of the other sites because she does run the entire site by herself. She doesn't have administrators that help her out. I'm kind of, if I had time, I would definitely help her out if she needed help, but I just don't have time to take on anything like that in addition to what I'm already doing because, as most of you know, I do this and I have a regular job, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I just don't have a lot of extra time to do a lot of extra things. So, although I wish I could help Debbie out, because I know there are times when, you know, she gets tired and or she doesn't feel good or something, and I so wish I could help her get through, you know, what's going on, but right now I just can't. And there's nobody I'd want to help any more than Debbie. She's just a doll. I have several very, very, very dear friends that I have made through this channel and through Happy Birds Glitter Nest. And Lori over at Happy Birds is one of those people. And I just adore them, and they do so much for me, and they've helped me so much and continue to, whether it be, you know, sending me little odds and ends or just plain emotional support right now is something that I have been requiring. So that's something that that these ladies have really helped me with, and I appreciate it so very much. Okay, this one. Let's see. Let's get this front figured out first. Let's do this first. We're going to go with a pink one right here. Or do we want that to go up there? I think I want this right there. Okay. Right there. And I've got a tiny, actually I've got a tiny purple one And that would be pretty, just kind of popping out somewhere around here next to the other purple one. I think I'm going to pop that right in there. I want to make sure that I get the back looking nice as well. I don't want it to look like there's nothing on the back side. Let's see. Sorry, you guys, I know it's kind of hard for you to see exactly where I'm going with this because I don't have a great camera angle, but I think you can pretty much tell kind of where I'm going, what I'm doing with it. I'm going to grab a couple of cherry blossoms as well, just as filler pieces. And I have a couple of, I only got very, very few of the rose buds, you guys, so those I am really pretty protective of. Okay, so this, I don't want to go too far with these, but I do want to get enough This was just a piece I took out from all of my jewelry stuff. And I thought, well, let me look at that and see if that's something that I want to go in there. I do have a little joy sign that could go in there as well. But I just don't know if I have a really great spot for it. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Okay, let's see. That does look pretty right there. Let's grab this. Put a cherry blossom right there. Put our, I think this is a butterfly. Little butterflies. And they're so pretty. I got these butterflies in Happy Mail. And they are so pretty. And let's put a cherry blossom back over here. And Okay, let's see. Let me twist these up real good here, and then let's see, where do we want these to go? Right through there. I think that's a good spot. Whoops. I just want to see what direction I want them to go in. Right there. That is perfect. I might have to use, I don't want to, I'm only going to have 2 left. Maybe I'll grab a white cherry blossom and put that back here. Along with another pink one. I just feel like with these kinds of balls, you want them to be covered nicely. And maybe I do tend to sometimes go a little bit too far. I do sometimes. A lot of times. That would have been pretty, but it wasn't long enough anyway, so. Okay. And why do I feel like it's hanging a little crooked? I do. All right, we're gonna grab another purple flower because I think I've got this a little awkward. I'm gonna grab one of these. All right, so it's hanging like that. I think I should have put, I'll take that off, take that off. Sorry guys, and grab that one because I feel like I need to put another white one over here. We've got to balance this out a little bit better. So, there we go. And that, whoopsie, that helped a lot. I can tell already it's hanging a lot better. So, I've got that. We need a cherry blossom there. And a white cherry blossom right over there. And I'm going to use the one that I took off. It will work just fine right there. Okay. And then we need the lace. I didn't put any lace on the back side. What was I thinking? And we're just going to put a little bit of a smaller piece on this other side because it really doesn't need anything more than that. I'm going to pop it up under there. So let's get a glue gun up under there. There we go. And we'll get it under this one. And pull that up. Push that through. There we go. And then I need to glue this part on. Okay, that is quite the full ornament. But it's beautiful, you guys. It's gorgeous. See? And we do have to get one more purple flower in here because it's out of sync, and that one we'll just pull off. This needs to be purple. I wanted to get away with not using a third purple flower, but it has to be on there. Okay. Now, what I feel like I need is a lacy bow. And I feel like it should be probably in the lighter family. So hold on just a second, guys. Okay, I found some thin lace. We're not going to use these, so I was going to use these on the ball itself, but I decided I didn't want to do that. So we're going to take this lace here. We don't want a really long tail on it, so we're going to take it and start it pretty close to the end here. And I'm hoping to get 3 loops out of this. 2 and 3, and I did, plus I'm hoping that I have enough extra to tie around the middle, and I think I do. This should work just fine. Okay, and then I have a thin piece that I'm going to see if I can maybe make a tassel for the center of the bottom piece to kind of hang out and down from the fringe. Okay, and this I want to go right in here. So let's pop that in there. I'm gonna pop some glue in the center, put that in, and I have a skewer here. We're gonna just press it in there. And then I want one of these purple balls to fit right in the middle. Okay, oops. Do you believe I did that? I did that in the wrong spot, or in the wrong direction, I should say. It will still go in that spot, but I have it facing the wrong direction. There we go. Thank goodness I figured that out quickly, because I've got that bow right here. I want that to be the front. I really would have been very mad at myself had I not caught that. There. Okay, now we will put our rose petals up a little bit. And the purple ball will go right there. Right now it looks kind of like an ice cream cake. It looks pretty, but it definitely looks like it's edible. Very cupcake-esque. And I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so there we go. So that's what the front is looking like. Now, I'm just gonna kind of do this like this. And then we'll go like that, and like that. And there's our tassel that goes in the middle. I'm just gonna take some glue, go like that, and just spin it around like this. And it's all glued together. And I will snip the top off and get this somehow I need to flip that over. I almost tried to put it on the inside. I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna glue it to that inside piece just like that, because it's just a little piece of lace and it's not gonna be heavy or hanging heavy. So I'm gonna put it right inside this loop, wrap the loop around it. And I feel good about that. And there's the lace coming out. And I feel like those are too long. That's good. Okay, now to get this, let's see, here's my front. This is my front. And let's see. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. You guys, I am going to resin this on once this video is over. I'm just going to tell you that right now. But for right now, I am going to hot glue this on because it's the best way I can think of to make sure I get it on here straight. And I can show you guys what it looks like. It's not heavy at all, so it's not like it's going to come apart right now. I don't think it ever would, actually. But I want to make sure this is in the center. Definitely got some glue strings that are going to have to come off of this, but there's our center. And then I want to glue this bow on. And that's going to be right here. There goes my puppy, my Holly Mae. Wow, that is just not even coming close to wanting to stick. I don't think I got any glue towards the top of that. That's what it is. Look at the glue strings on my hands. What in the world? It is not even coming close to wanting to stick to that. So we're going to have to go with our resin right now. And we're going to make sure it's turned properly. And we're going to get her going. We've got the trash truck out front, so yeah, you guys get to listen to that. 'Tis trash day. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit on there for a few minutes, you guys, because I want to make sure it sticks well. And we are almost done with this one, so I don't think I have anything else to put on it. I was thinking about that, but I just don't like the way, I mean, it's, the joy is on there. I feel like it just doesn't show up enough. See? It's hard to see that, and I don't like that. So I think the resin being on it made the paper turn dark. So unfortunately, kind of ruined that one. But if I do another one, I'll paint the back of the paper white. And that way it won't look like that. Okay, now I feel like I've got an unequal thing here, right there. And I do, so that's got to go on there. I just got to where I was putting flowers all the way around it, and I just had to keep going. So that's on me. But I lost a lot of my little scallop rhinestone thing for that. But this is gorgeous, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you can see there's the bow on the front. I was planning on putting a flower right there on the bow. And hopefully it will hold on with glue. It should. Just a little white rose. Okay, there we go, you guys. All done. No resin on this one except to hold a couple of things down. That was the only purpose for it. You could use B7000 or E6000 to do the same thing. I just feel a little bit safer with resin as far as, you know, making things hold down. So that would be my choice, but I would sometimes also choose B7000 or E6000. One of those two would work equally as well once it gets dried and secured. So you would be fine with that. But this is our ornament. Isn't it gorgeous, you guys? I think it's absolutely stunning. Look at that. Just beautiful. And I want to say thank you to all of you for coming in and watching today. I'm glad that I was able to get videos done for this weekend. I was panicking because I almost thought that it wasn't going to happen this weekend either, and it was really frustrating me because I felt like I was letting everybody down. So anyway, I'm glad I was able to do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one and my video on the little pouches. And just so you know, the video on the pouches, I was going to leave out the first pouch that I did, and I decided not to. I decided to leave it in. So I'm going to make this my first video so you guys will know the first pouch that you see is the first pouch that I did. And I made a boo-boo and I broke a zipper on it, but I decided to go ahead and keep it. And I added some Velcro to the inside. It actually does zip, but you have to grab the zipper this way and zip it, because I broke the loop off of the zipper trying to bend it, and I shouldn't have done that because it wasn't like good metal that would bend like that. It just snapped. So, oh well, you know, stuff happens. But anyway, so I did leave both of them in the video though, because I really did love the first pouch that I made. I also love the second one equally, but I just didn't have the heart to just not put that first one in because of a silly thing that happened at the very end of that project. I was so upset. Oh, I was so upset. But I took it like a champ and initially decided I was just going to leave that part out, and then I decided, nope, I'm going to leave it in, and then we will go ahead and do the second one. So that's what we did. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I hope you enjoy that one. And thank you for a great day. I enjoyed what I was doing today. I've missed doing this for the last couple of weeks, and I'm excited that I was able to come out and do a video today. So thanks a lot, you guys. Please give this a thumbs up and a comment if you will. I greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel for sure. And I love responding to all of your comments. So I'm one that does respond. I do answer questions. I do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes it is a few days, just because sometimes I get so many comments that it just takes time to get through them all and to respond. So thanks a lot, you guys. Be safe, be well, take care of yourselves, love your family, be kind to others, and I love you all, and God bless you. Bye-bye. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Bye-bye.